Welcome to the Living in Sedona channel. I'm Cami, and you're not on the wrong channel. I know I usually am at a spot in Sedona that has beautiful views, but today we are not in Sedona actually filming. We're in the kitchen, and I have a good reason for that. So you're not on the wrong channel. Stick around. We're going to talk about some of the health benefits that I have experienced living in Sedona, and I'm going to share with you, I think, what the secret ingredient is for Greg and I staying healthy. We're getting started right now. So you're in my kitchen and you are on the right channel. I don't usually have a cooking channel, but today it's sort of going to be that. But I really wanted to do this because in the last couple of weeks, I've had several conversations with people that they don't live in Sedona, they don't live in Arizona, they are thinking about moving for the simple fact of their health. And I can really relate to that because that was a huge factor for Greg and I relocating, because as many of you know, I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis fairly young, in my early 30s, and the precipitation of the weather that in Ohio, I would experience a lot of pain, and because of having a lot of rain and cloudy skies, being really consistent with exercise, especially outside, was difficult for me because I had a lot of pain. But every time we would visit Sedona, it was like I was a different person. We could go out and hike, I had no pain, and even when we came during monsoon season and there was a lot of rain, I did not have the pain that I had in Ohio. So my particular joints that are affected are my pinky and my knees and sometimes my ankles. And so that was a huge factor for us relocating to Arizona, to a drier climate. So in 2020, as you all know, that was the year of COVID. But in 2019, in December, November, we were seeing something in the clinic that people just were terribly sick and they weren't positive for anything that we were able to test for. Well, looking back, obviously I was seeing people in the clinic with COVID and I didn't know it. I also wore masks all the time, but I just felt like I needed another level of something to build my immune system. And so I started doing some research, and I started utilizing a drink that was simply a slice of lemon and ginger root in my morning tea. And I would drink that every morning. Well, I got Greg involved, and I started noticing that we were not getting sick through all this COVID stuff. And, everybody was sick, but we weren't sick. Well, interestingly enough, we did that all of 2020. And when summer came, he was like, I cannot drink this hot water every day because it's getting to be summer and I want something that's cool. So I went back to the drawing board. I found some things on Pinterest that I wanted to try. And honest to God, we have been drinking this immunity drink for 5 years now. And I think it's what keeps us healthy. I think it is what keeps us going and, being active, being in Sedona and doing all these hikes. We are in the public all the time, whether we are at church or at an event, showing houses, at one of the resorts, because Greg works for Hilton. So we are just in the public all the time. I travel sometimes every month, when we're seeing the kids, and so we're on all those germs. So I really want to share this with you because I think that it's such a simple concoction and you can make it ahead of time. We make it once a week and it lasts the whole week. And so I want to show you what it is. So it's a full pineapple. So I've already have it cut up here in the blender. Ginger root, I use the organic kind, and the reason I use the organic kind, you don't have to use the organic kind, but the reason I do is because I find it to be more natural and potent. If you buy the ginger that's like logs and they're really big, it's easier to peel and grade, but it just doesn't have the potency that the organic kind does. So I use the organic kind just for the potency. And so I'm grating my ginger, and I love this little grater. It's perfect for my hands because I have small hands. A friend gave it to me, but she got it from Hobby Lobby. I don't know if they have anymore, but I love this grater. You could use normal organic turmeric. I get tired of doing the ginger, and so I just use the powdered kind. I've never used powdered ginger for this drink because I like the potency of it, so I'm sure you could do it, I just don't. But I use the powdered turmeric so I don't have to grade. Coconut water. My favorite is the one that's pressed, and it's extra coconutty. You can use whatever you want. This is my favorite. And then also, I just like to tell people, really, it's just like a splash. It's not anything. A lot of people drink this out here. This, you can find the organic kind. I'm just mentioning this because it has a lot of good electrolytes in it. If you are hiking and you like the taste of coconut, this is a really nice electrolyte replacement. Honey. I don't care what brand you use. This was on sale, so this is what we have. I just do like, squirt, okay? And then 1 juice of a lemon. Now, sometimes I do a lemon and a half. The only reason I did just 1 lemon today is because my pineapple wasn't like overly large. It was just kind of smaller. And I try to pick the pineapple that's, like ready to eat. I don't like it freshly hard yellow. I just don't care for that. So, okay. Well, let's see what we got here. And of course, it's going to get all jammed up. So I mix it till it looks like a little slushy. Can you see that? So I always have to do a taste test because I usually am adding something. Oh, that is perfect. That ginger is awesome. Oh my gosh. Woo! Yeah, if you don't like ginger, you can dial it down a little bit. Again, I have 3 inches in this. So this is about the amount that we drink in the morning. So it's kind of slushy, and as it sits every day, it gets a little bit more watery. So I don't like to mix it up like really, really too watery because it eventually will get that way. But this is my 2nd dose today. The best thing to wash this down with, fresh squeezed orange juice. Let me just tell you. It's the best. So that is our immunity drink that we drink every day. Now, you could just do that, but I do something else at night. I started researching ginger and cinnamon and how one is good for your immune system, it's good for your blood sugar, but it's also good for your metabolism. So I started playing around with ginger root, fresh cinnamon, honey. Didn't really care for that because you know how cinnamon just is like powdery. So I found this. Actually, my daughter got me some loose tea that was just like this Bengal spice, but it's the cardamom, cinnamon, so it's like that real spicy cinnamon and ginger and just all kinds of herbs. But I basically take the ginger. We do just like, probably for me, I would probably put this whole piece right here in my tea. Greg doesn't like it that spicy, but I probably would do this whole piece right here. With the tea bag, a little squirt of honey, And that's what I have at night, after dinner when I'm just kind of calming down. It just makes me nice and relaxed. But I think this is what is keeping us healthy. And I just wanted to share that with you today because I think there are so many benefits to the dry climate here. We just aren't around all of the, those germs that are back in the Midwest. I don't know. They're just always sick. I feel like my family's always sick. And we do this every day. And actually, if we're sick, which is hardly ever, honestly, it's probably once a year. It might not even be that. But you can double shot this. I mean, if you're not feeling well, get this out. And I've always told my kids, if you have a sore throat, you feel your head is feeling heavy, ginger and lemon tea, just get it going and be consistent about it. So I hope that was helpful. I would love to know if you do something that, helps you stay healthy, keeps your immune system up. I would encourage you, if you do have osteoarthritis, the one thing that I think is so hard for osteoarthritis patients is to remain consistently active. About 3 weeks ago, I was really, really busy with real estate stuff, which, of course I love, but I wasn't out there hiking and doing my normal activity. And so I felt it, like my knees started bothering me a little bit, and it dawned on me that we hadn't been active. I'm also really good about doing lunges, doing squats, doing some of those things just at home. But once we got back into hiking, that pain went away. So a lot of times people with OA will not exercise because it's painful. In fact, you're doing a disservice to your body. You need to move. So get moving, stay healthy. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think about the immunity drink. And maybe if you have an immunity concoction yourself, I would love to hear about it. And maybe we'll try something new. All right, make it a great day at Living in Sedona, and I'll see you next week.